Hello everyone, this is KenBroTech from KenBroTech and welcome back. So in the last video, we extended our knowledge on how you write database queries and how you can interact and view things from a database. We've also looked at how we can perform basic CRUD functionality as far as adding, updating, deleting, and editing of data is concerned. So we came to others and finished up with everything we have over here as far as the admin page is concerned. Now let's log out and get into the staff page. So I'm going to type in staff Ken over here, and this is what we have for Ken. Now what I want us to see is we have to make the request over here, because with the last one that we did it from the back end, and that's what we don't want to see our staff having access to. So our staff should be able to make the request over here and see the orders they have made themselves. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is I'm going to put out the logic to render the items that have been requested over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into I'm going to close this up. So if I should go into, and this is going to be in the staff index page, okay, the staff index page, because that's exactly where we have this over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of some of the items we have in here. I'm going to collapse this and do same for this, because you are just going to pick up data from the database, so there's no need having this static data in here. So if I refresh, yes, this is what I have. So now I can put in some logic over here. But before then, we need to come inside this. We have this within our index page. So we go back to the very top. There's the index page. Okay, remember, it is this index page that is also rendering the staff index page, because the staff index page, let me go into the index page and let's just refresh our memory over here. So the index page is rendering everything we have over here as far as the graphs are concerned. But we put out this logic over here that if let me show you, if the user is authenticated, is a staff and also a super user, then you should render this graph over here, and that's for the admin. Else you should render the staff.html over here, and that's what we have over here. So I'm going to go into the view, the index, and put in the logic over here. So all that you want to see is the orders. Okay, so I can put up orders over here, and orders is going to be Product.objects.all. So over here, I'm just going to pass in a context over here. And the context, I want to have access to the query set orders, and this way over here. I'll bring in the trailing comma, and I'll need to pass in the context dictionary over here so that I can have access to it in this particular view. So I'll go into index.html. Now we can write in logic to render data over here. So I'm going to put out my for loop over here. So I'm going to say for order in orders. Now I want to put out data. So I'm going to say order dots, and I think name. Okay, so even before I make a conclusion of that, let's go to our model and see how we name things over here. So as far as our model is concerned, we have products. Okay, so we can have order.products dot the name of the products. So we are going to say order.products dot name. All right, so if, and the category is also going to be I think the category is also going to be order.products, because we have category in here. So you are going to say order.products category. So I'm going to have this data over here. I'm going to say order dot product dot category. All right, and the quantity is also going to be, I think this is order dot order quantity. I like to think so. Let's go into the models once again, and we have order quantity over here, so we can have direct access to it here. So now if I should come back here and come and refresh our page, it says we didn't close the N4. Okay, so as far as the loop is concerned, we didn't close it, and that's very important. So after doing for order in orders, we needed to come and close it over here. So this makes a lot of sense for the error. So I'll say end. I'll do N4. So when I save this and come back here to come and refresh, I have these orders over here. Now this is looking a little bit funny, because if we should go into our page over here and go to orders, let me log in as admin1 and type in my password over here. If I'm to go into orders, you can see that Ken, okay, this is ordered by Ken, and as far as I'm concerned, Ken has only I think one order, okay, but it is rendering everything over here, and that's not fair. So what we would want to do, okay, so let me go to orders over here. You can see that Ken has just one order over here. Okay, so all that we need to do is, yes, if I log in as Ken, I don't want to see the orders from the other stuff, because that would defeat the purpose of having just this page rendered over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out some logic over here, and all that I'm going to say is, I'm going to say it's if order dot the staff is equal to the user, and the user over here is going to be the logged in user. Okay, then I'm going to end the if statement over here. So I'll say end if. All right, so let's see if this works, and I'll come and explain. So when I refresh, you can see that I have only orange for Ken over here. Okay, so now let's see. Now I said I want to put out the order, okay, all the orders over here, and that's what you have over here. But with the second logic that I'm implementing is, if the order the staff, okay, the staff who made that order is equal to the logged in user, then I want to have this, else you don't have to do anything. Okay, so I'm only showing the orders for a specific logged in user. All right, so if I'm to log out and log in again as, I think I have Bob over here, and let me type in the password of Bob. If I log in as Bob, Bob now has two orders. Okay, so you can see Bob has coffee cappuccino and Samsung TV. If I log out and log in as admin1, this take him into the admin page, and clearly the admin has access to all the orders that have been made, but you can see that Bob had coffee cappuccino and Samsung TV, okay, and Ken had oranges. So clearly, if we are to also go to Mary's page, Mary is also going to have just HP laptop. Okay, so let me log out and go to Mary, log in as Mary. So have Mary over here, and Mary has just HP laptop. So clearly we are putting out the specific orders a particular user has made, or a particular logged in user has made. Now let's make the orders from this end over here. So once again, let's get into our views. So inside our views, we are going to put in some logic over here, but even before we do, remember we are making an order, we are putting something into a database, so we need to create some form for it. We already have forms.py in here in our dashboard folder or dashboard app folder. So I'm going to come in here, because remember, with the product form we are doing some things of that sort. So I'm going to create in a class, and this is going to be order form. So order form is also going to inherit from forms dot model form, and I'm going to have a class method, and the model I want to make, or I'm creating this form for, is going to be the order. And as you can see, the order is not working over here because I haven't imported it. So I'm going to say from the current models where I'm importing products from, I also want to import order. So now I don't have the problem I had over there. Then the next question is the fields. So the fields, I'm going to put up a list over here. Now let's go into the model.py over here. So as far as the fields are concerned, now we can see that we want something for the product. Okay, we want to select the particular product, and we don't have to worry about the staff, because the staff is going to be the logged in user, and we have to take into consideration the quantity or the order quantity. We don't have to worry about the date as well, because the date is also going to be auto now add true. So immediately we make that order, that date, that particular date will be picked up. The fields that we need actually is going to be the product and the order quantity. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say product, and the other one is going to be order underscore quantity. All right, so when I save this, I can come in to my views over here and come and import that form over here. So once again, I have from the current forms module, I want to import product form. I can now also import order form because they are in the same module. So over here, I'm going to put out some logic, okay, and this is actually going to be a save function. So I'm going to say if request dot method is equal to post, and you've seen this before, I keep on repeating myself, but then that's how things work. Now I'm going to say form is equal to, I'm going to say the order form, and I'm going to grab the request dot post over here. Else I just want to see the form empty, so I just want to see the order form just like this, and I'm going to put out the variable form over here. So the value, the key value pair as far as this dictionary is concerned. All right, I don't think we have any problem with our dev server. It is still running. So what I can do is we can come into the staff index.html, and this is where we are supposed to have the form. Okay, so this is form. So the form, the method is post. Now let's put up our CSRF token, and we can now have access to the form we just created. So once again, we have crispy form tags over here. So let's apply the filter in here. So we have crispy. All right, so I think this is going to create the form over here. All right, so you have this form. Now you can have access to the items in here, and you can specify a quantity. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the views over here. So now you are going to say if form dot is valid. We are calling the dot is valid method over here. We've seen this before. If the form is valid, then normally what we would do is form.save. Okay, then after form.save, we want to return a redirect. And where do we want to go? We want to go into the index page. Okay, so we can do dashboard index. Now this is going to work, but then we are going to have some problems as we move along, and we are going to fix it. Okay, so let's just come in here and refresh. All right, so let's say we already have HP laptop over here. So let's say Mary wants to make an order for the Samsung TV, and let's say Mary wants one. So when I click on make requests, we don't see anything over here. Okay, because like I said, we are going to have some problems. Now let's log out and log in as admin. We have admin1, and I'll type in the password over here. And if I log in and go to my orders, you can see that we had a Samsung TV of electronics, and the quantity was 1, but the ordered by, we didn't see any person over here. And that's the reason why it couldn't render it, because we first of all have to pass in one last logic I'm going to show you very soon. So we need to tell our system that, okay, fine, whoever is making that order, we need to assign a user to that particular order. And that's what we are missing out as far as our logic is concerned. So we are going to come in here, and just before we save this form over here, okay, just before we save, I'm going to pass in a variable I'm going to call instance. So instance is going to be this. Okay, instance is going to be form.save, and over here I'm going to pass in commit is equal to false. So yes, in as much as right after the validation I need to save it, but then I am pausing for now because I want to assign a user to whoever is making that request. So in order to assign a user to whoever is making that request, I'm going to say instance dot staff. So instance dot staff should be equal to the request dot user. So instance dot staff is equal to the request dot user. Now I can do user. Now I can do instance dot save over here, and I'll save this. All right, so let me show you the functionality, what we have been able to fix now, and later see how we can work things around, and I'll come and explain everything happening over here. So now let's log out and log in again, and let's log in as Mary, because Mary was the one who was having that problem. And if you log in as Mary, Mary still has this HP laptop electronics, and the quantity is 2. So now Mary wants to order for coffee cappuccino, and Mary wants 20 of them. Immediately I click on make request. Now you can see that coffee cappuccino is added onto Mary's page over here. And if I'm to log out and go into my admin page, and if I'm to go into orders, now I have Mary making a request of coffee cappuccino, and with these details over here. So clearly we can see that we left out something over there, and let me go over it once again. Now after the validation method has been called, per the structure of the work, the sequence or the flow of the logic, we need to save. However, we wanted to assign a staff to the order which is being made. So we created a new variable over here we called instance. So instance is going to be equal to form.save, and commit is equal to false. If commit is equal to false, then we haven't saved it yet. Now we are saying that instance.staff is equal to request.user. So like I'm saying, so now we are trying to say that whichever logged in user who is making the request is the staff we want to assign that particular item to, or we want to assign that activity to. So now we can do instance.save, and we want to return redirect. This we already know what it does. All right, so clearly now we are good to go. So we are okay as far as Mary is concerned. Now, if you should log in as Ken and type in my password over here, Ken only has oranges that he has ordered. So now Ken can order for HP laptop and Ken want just one. So now you have Ken ordering for this over here. Now I would also want to add the dates over here. Okay. So what I can do is, I'm just going to staff index and just write about here. I'll just copy this. So I'll do a Control C, Control V, and I'll do dates. So after doing dates, I also have to just do this, and I'll just do order.dates. Good. So when I do order.dates and come and refresh over here, you can see that we have the dates over here. Now in this video, we've looked at how we can make a request. Okay, so the user is going to make a request, and that request is going to be assigned to a particular user. We've also seen how we can write in queries and things of that sort. Now, if you find this tutorial very interesting, there are a couple of ways you can help me grow my channel. Kindly subscribe to KenBroTech, and don't forget to hit on the notification button so that you'll be duly notified anytime I release a video. Also, share this video with friends and family who find this content very useful. At KenBroTech, we say learn programming, you can do it. And also, don't forget to pass in any comments or share any ideas or any question that you have, and I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.